Okay, there you go. There we go, and we're ready to go. Okay, thank you.
Matt, I was going to tell you this weekend, I hosted some really cool people out at the ranch, and out of the blue, Al's name comes up. I'm like, wait, Al McCarn? Yeah. So funny. The subculture of people who love the kingdom and do things in a particular way, it comes up, and it turns out Al's known these folks for close to a decade, not quite. And I've only known them for months, but it was so cool.
Well, go figure.
That happened to me recently about something also. Yes, the older we get, the more people we know.
For good or for ill.
Yeah, nice.
So with your permission, we're going to get this program started. I like to keep it short. I didn't actually get a chance to look to see how long my last meetings were. I think a half hour is what I managed, and that's what I planned also. Nice. So I think you all have been around, so you know how this works. Mm-hmm. I read through the draft that I started, and if anybody has any comments, by all means, please interrupt. And that's it. So that's our meeting. As per Article 6, Paragraph 7 of our root source bylaws, which I might want to review from time to time. Informal action, any action required to be taken or which may be taken at a meeting may be taken without a meeting and without prior notice if a consent in writing or by electronic transmission setting forth the action so taken is affirmed by the board members or members of the committee with respect to the subject matter of the vote. The consent must be filed with the corporate records by the secretary. The board of directors of this corporation affirmed their consent in writing with respect to the resolutions to act described below. This, of course, is a sentence that is describing something that will happen in the future. That will be here at the end. Everybody will sign affirmed. And this document was prepared by the CEO and circulated by WhatsApp amongst all directors, and in some cases was discussed in detail via Zoom. These are the 4 such cases I'm discussing with all 4 of you. That Zoom meeting was recorded and is available, as is a copy of this document, at rootsource/board meetings and agreed upon following the Zoom. In other words, the Zoom meeting is available and agreed upon. What was agreed upon? Not sure. Anyway, it was followed the Zoom. This is what we've been writing every single time. I haven't changed it, so I'm not sure exactly what that sentence means. The Zoom meeting was recorded and agreed upon. In other words, all of the agenda items were agreed upon. The Zoom meeting is recorded and is available here, and its agenda items were agreed upon following the Zoom meeting held on Thursday. Directors present, the following board members were presented with this list of resolutions and were present at the Zoom meeting: Al, Revis, Luann, and Dave. The following guests were present, and that's just me. Deborah didn't show up tonight. And the following board members were presented with this list of resolutions previously and will be afterwards as well, and were not present at the Zoom meeting. Shelley, Elon, and Elisheva. Elon and Elisheva said they would come. Elisheva was mistaken by the time. She thought it would be 3 hours earlier. And Elon, something came up. He would much rather be at this meeting. And Shelley's going through some busy times. As per article, blah, 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 a quorum is required, at least 40%. Since 4 board members, more than 40% of 7 or more are present, the meeting may proceed. If we would not have 4, this would be an informal action, but it's a meeting. Agenda. The agenda of resolutions to act upon. This last one is not really a resolution, it's more of a discussion. Review, snapshot of finances, review of report of activities of Q1, review of the plans of 2022 and how we're doing, and the topic of Christian outreach. Review a snapshot of the finances. I should have opened these all up before. Let me do that now. While the first one opens, the rest of them will open slowly. Sorry about that. try to remember to do that the next time. This is the more important one. So here are the balances. Come on, load. Come on, man. Here we are. Okay, so you should be familiar with this sheet. Our Mizrahi bank account today is 31,887 shekels. That is equivalent to approximately $9,200. That is down. That is up. Because up until now we've put it in shekels over here. This time I tried to do it. Decided to do it the other way around. So we were down from 67 to 25 to 25 to 16, but now we're up to 31. The actual amount there is less important because I move money around all the time. What's important is the final total. Our Mizrahi dollar amount is 0. I recently put all of the dollars into shekels. Another thing that I should report here is how many times we moved the money from our American account to our Israeli account. And I'm only going to do that when I start feeling hesitant that, oh my gosh, I don't have enough money there. But the fact is that I get a lot of money from our Payoneer, which goes directly into the Israeli account. So I have less to worry about that. Anyway, the PayPal Israel also goes directly into my Israeli account. And now we have $700 there. I withdraw, as you can see, about $1,000 a month from there. The Gumroad are people who buy our books and stuff. So this past month, it looks like we have about $840 there, which is pretty good. I think somebody bought about a dozen copies of one of our books. Payoneer is Amazon. If somebody buys a book directly from Amazon, then Amazon pays me a royalty. I think about $3-4 a book. So this means that we probably sold about 30 books this month, something like that. The big money is still sitting in GiveButter. As you can see, it's rising because I've got no significant reason to transfer the money that is sitting in GiveButter. To remind you that GiveButter is our platform that we raise money through. Whenever we have an event, then we ask people to give money, and they give the money through there, then that's how come the money goes into there. Money that I register there isn't necessarily there. If, for example, I get a check, I register it there because that's a good place to be our database, but it goes directly into our Row bank account. So we don't only pay me directly from the Row bank account, we pay almost all of our expenses from the Row bank account. We pay our, whatever we can, we pay our internet, our AWeber, which is about $100 a month. We pay our Filipino assistance, which is about $1,000 a month. And we pay me, which I think is about $4,000 or $5,000 a month by now, but I don't take that money monthly. I really should do that, but it doesn't matter. That's the bottom line is we have, because the question is, will instead of having $9,000 here, will I have at this point closer to about $30,000? And there's no reason for me to transfer the money once a month, unless somebody has a comment on that. Like I said, I got Row 55K there now. No money is en route now, and no money is pending. However, I am expecting, I believe, a $20,000 check from the Nathaniel Foundation. And also another foundation sent us a $10,000 check. It didn't arrive. We're going to have to send that again. But that means another $30,000 is coming in to add on to this total of all of these here. That is, let me try to, we don't have to see you for now. As you can see, that's 144,211. all of these things all together. And add these 30,000, so we're expecting to have by the end of next month, again, some of this money is going to come out, but about $130,000, which is pretty good. Now, we've had, let me show you all again. Just move this up. We've had $48,000 coming in from Row. That probably is mostly a Nathaniel Foundation, but I'm not really sure what it is, frankly, why we get all that money. Because I don't think I've made a transfer from Give Butter. Yeah, oh, isn't that nice? Here's our link of all the income. Oh, it's over here. So in 1 month, I brought in 12,000. In the second month, I brought out 30,000. In the third month, we just got 4 cents negative fees, and then we brought another $6,000 in that month, and another 0. So no, there's a minus sign here, but I don't think that should be a minus. No, it's not a minus sign. It's some dirt on my screen. So I don't know where this 30,000 all came from. I can click through here to get a little bit more. Let's see if what this is. Nah, it doesn't appear. I don't know, but if you want to trust me on that now, then you're trusting me on that now.
I know where it came from.
Oh yeah, somebody gave us about $40,000. Okay. Total income donations of Give Butter since January, 47,000. That I do believe includes checks. Pretty sure that includes, yes, it includes checks that we got and I registered there, even though it didn't go directly through. So all time we've brought in, ever since we opened up our Row bank account, actual deposits into Row, $188,000. And all of the money that came in through Give Butter, actual payments, I'm not sure if that includes checks, but it probably does, $200,000, which makes a little bit amount of sense. In other words, all of the money that came in, no, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Don't say, hey, why do we have $40,000? Here, there's the extra $40,000 that I haven't passed through. So it looks like all the money that all of our income was registered in Give Butter, and all money that was registered on Give Butter was forwarded and deposited, transferred to Row, except for these $37,000 or so. That's what it looks like to me. Anyway, I'm happy to say that we've got another 20 new donors in the past quarter. And by now we have 253 people who have ever given us any money. We've got 16 regular donors that are giving between 10 and I think maybe 100, maybe even more than $100 a month. And that all comes out to close to $1,000 a month regular donations. What is this 59 over here? These are totally monthly income. Give Butter recurring. I'm not sure what that means. I don't know what that means. I apologize. Total monthly income. Give Butter recurring. I think this is a mistake. I think this should be 900. Yeah. It must be a mistake. Total giving recurring. Unique pay. Oh, no. It's not a mistake. We get about $900 of Give Butter a month, and we get about $900, $947 of PayPal a month, monthly. And they're going down. People are canceling little by little. So that is our finances. And here are some other numbers. We've got, we have an attrition of about 200 people who cancel their AWeber newsletter a month. We still have not gotten around to trying to grow that number, but we will discuss that later on in this meeting. That is Christian outreach. What I mean by Christian outreach is reach out to Christians to get them to do something that we want. What we want them to do is to subscribe to our newsletter. We have 3,000 YouTube subscribers, 3,049. So we're nicely up 2.32% on that. And we're up to 615,000 YouTube views, up from 6,006 or 6,007. And that is all of the balances and some other numbers that we are marking. Anybody have any questions about all of that or comments?
No.
Thank you. So the board reviewed and approved the balances tab of that document. Next is the review of activities. And that's this. Here we are. We did our Shavuot symposium. Anybody here participated in that live?
No.
Guess not, or maybe yes, I don't know.
No.
But it was very good. And let's see what happened on it. Let's open that up too. Meanwhile, we're working with this leading pastor in Korea who's translating the book. We hope to publish it in Q3. He hopes to publish it within a month. I'm afraid that it's not going to happen that fast, but when it will be back to the Shavuot Symposium. Here it is. And we raised almost $3,000. If anybody would like to give another $400 to make us break our 3,000 goal, here's your chance. How many people actually gave to this? A little hard for me to say. I don't know. Whatever. Some people gave 50. Some people just purchased a ticket. It was fun. And back to this. We are publishing the proceedings of the Passover Symposium. We published it already and gave a copy to each presenter, and we offered for sale online. You can look at that if you like. I just want to go through this quickly. If anybody has any questions or wants me to click through, please do, but I'd rather go through this quickly. We're making much blessed progress with the Institute of Midrashic Studies. Dr. Pitcher wrote a blog post telling us what we've done. We've already, let me open these links up. What the heck? We'll pick at them. And we've already gotten submitted about 5 articles to peer-reviewed journals. We'll see what happens with that. The Root Source Conversations podcast. We're still recording my conversations with Dr. Booker. And we also recorded something nice with a person called Diane Hoffman. So I think this is a short link. We published her as a blog post. Here is the book that we published. And here is Dr. Pitcher's a blog post in which we talk about what we've done. We've already published, we've already received comments about 2 of these articles, but as you can see, we've submitted 5. And we have 3 fellows, 2 of which are working on their first article, and a third is working on his third article. Very cool. And 1 person dropped out. So we're quite excited about that. What we're not doing there is raising more money, but Bezrat Hashem, I'll get around to that when I need to. The Root Source Conversation we talk about, the podcast and documentary guests. We were guests with the first century ministries, and Gidon and Bob Odell will be featured in a documentary that will be released later this year, Bezrat Hashem. We also were hosted as live guests at our good friend Christine Darg's Passover program on site here in Israel. We have upgraded our online store. As of this writing, you can buy 24 books and products, doubling the offering since March 2022. The list 2020, we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and we hope to incorporate its book launch with the nation's 9th of Av Gala on August 9th. There is even a small chance that the list 2021 will be launched then as well. We're working on that. We got a generous grant from Nathaniel Foundation to complete the subtitles of Rabbi Steinsaltz. We hope to do that in Q3. We're working more on foundations. We've compiled the list of foundations that we think might be interested in supporting our mission. We hope to work on that in-house in Q3. That means that I will assign one of our Filipino assistants to figure out which is the best foundations that we can submit a request to and actually submit requests to. We continue to publish our newsletter. Biblica, who we met with in Q1, has changed its focus with regard to any potential joint ventures, but we've established good friendships with important people there. Rabbi Shmuel Eliyahu, we're close to having the Rabbi Eliyahu channel ready for announcement, but we're going to probably defer that announcement to Q3 or Q4. Rak B'Sorot Tovot, we're working on translating and publishing an important prophetic book. It was published in Hebrew. The author is quite the pedant, but I hope that we will publish it in the upcoming quarter or in Q4. Basically, what it is a list of all of the positive future prophecies in the entire Hebrew Bible. There are about 200 so prophecies that the author, Rabbi, what's his name? Yisrael Rosenberg found. So I suggested that we translate it into English, and we're working out still some of the kinks in our agreement. But once we feel confident with that, I'm going to translate them. Most of them are already translated because he translated them for an English book that he wrote, the book of Isaiah. But I think that I'll be able to translate the subsequent 100. It'll take me maybe 10 hours or something like that. The book Master of Return, we finally published it. We're not planning the launch in July. He decided that we're going to do that in September. We'll figure out when to do that. There's not a store tab. This is the Bless Israel. I call it a store tab, but it's actually the Bless Israel tab. We are going to hopefully have a half a dozen nonprofits that people who want to give them donations can do so through our website. Or if they want to click through. We'll see. When we actually launch that, I'll know more to talk about. Christian Outreach Marketing. We recently met with a professional and are considering retaining his company to lead our efforts to reach 100,000 subscribers. I will discuss that more in item 5 tonight. Teacher payment. No news here until we have more significant critical mass of subscribers to our newsletter, which will result in more teacher lesson views and associated payments. We will be paying our teachers annually. And finally, we published a second article featuring Merv and Merla Watson in the Bridge Builders J Post feature, but the Jerusalem Post decided to discontinue this project. Those are the 20 things that we did in this past quarter. So the board reviewed and approved that document. Now, what were our plans for 2022 and how did we level up to it? This is what we did in 2021, and this is what we're planning to do in 2022. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, da, 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 da. And these I simply copied as are. Hello, Ann. Do you have something to say, Ann, or just hello?
Well, yes. I'll give the 400 if you'll tell me where to put it.
Thank you very much. I will send you, how would you like me to send you that link?
Email.
Okay, I'll send you that. Let me do that now. 1 second.
And I've got a driver coming to pick me up for, I got to go get my car. I told them late, usually it's later, but they're coming early. So I'm going to try to do it on my phone and stay with you. If I don't, tell me what I need to do to sign, okay?
1 second. It looks like you'll have to do 450. So to get us over the top.
That's
so
fine. And if I don't get back in touch in the phone, I want to thank you so much, Gadone, for making such an effort to go find Brandy and Rachel Green, and just outstanding. And I'm sorry that they had off they went, but thank you for going.
All in due time. It was a pleasure talking to them and seeing Jeremy and Ari's place. They're really building it nice there.
Yes. Well,
okay, back to our meeting.
Okay. When I have to go, I have to go. Okay.
Thank you very much. So like I said, I took all of these bullet items and I copied them as is into our plans that we measured, those 17 items. Okay, so working on upgrade and visual aspects of our courses, we haven't started yet, but we did much on the Signs Out lessons, but we did much work on the symposiums. And when we will have more lessons and more interest in this, then we will we will do that for all of our thousands of lessons. We're continuing to publish upgrade our lessons. Our newsletter. We hosted quarterly Zoom events. We plan to do the Nation's 9th of Av Bridge Builders event in Q3 next month, and also the Master of Return launch towards the end of Q3. And in this quarter, we did the Shavuot Symposium. We were continuing to support the Midrashic studies of the Institute of Midrashic Studies of the New Testament, and that's what we're doing. Doing Christian outreach. We're waiting for more Christian outreach in order to do that, we're waiting to recruit more teachers. Working towards localization in Africa, China, India, language, and more. We are already working on the 40 days in Korean. We're still working on it. We might, as a follow-up, also translate 5 years with Orthodox Jews into Korean. Amazing stuff. And see what happens there. By the way, let me quickly say that all books that will be sold in the Korean language in the country of Korea, our project partner will get all of the royalties. He's basically printing it there. He's selling it there. If he wants to give me some money, I'll be happy to take it. But if he wants to take all of them, we're happy. That being said, we are going to publish it on Amazon and on our website. And we might do some marketing in the Korean-speaking Christian world in the United States and maybe in other places as well. And for that, we will take all of the royalties. How much we're going to do an effort on that, we'll see. We'll see what we'll do in Q3. I'm not expecting to do much, but you never know. Okay, hire a Christian outreach marketing manager towards expanding Root Sources reach worldwide tenfold, primarily in the United States, and also hiring a development officer in order to focus on individual donors and foundations. I met this fellow named Doherty, Tim Doherty. I'm not sure how you pronounce his last name. He is the fundraiser for Biblica UK. Even though he's based in the UK, he also has clients in the United States. And we'll talk about that in item number 5. The Bridge Builders program, I will have a meeting with Mayan Hoffman to maybe doing it this August. I probably won't be able to. Goodbye, Ann. But if I will, that will be pretty cool that we'll be able to turn the Nation's 9th of Av event in August into the Bridge Builders a 2022 event also. I'm planning on doing it live in the Beacon Center, and also doing it hybrid on Give Butter Facebook. We'll see what happens. Okay, we did a few more conversations, as we said. We haven't yet engaged with any other organizations to do joint educational ventures, except for 9th of Av, which we will be doing next month, or in 2 months. And we've already published, out of the 4 that I hoped, Bridge Builders this quarter, Master of Return this quarter, and the Passover Symposium this quarter. We hopefully next quarter will publish List 2020 and maybe List 2021, and we'll see if we'll have other books also. We haven't yet created Gumroad widgets. That will depend on more of an audience. And Baruch Hashem, we got another grandchild. She's now a month old, so we got in under the wire for Q4, and we've certainly accomplished many other things, which I will report next at the end of the year, I guess. I'm not sure. We'll see. Showing that is the review of plans and how we've done. Now, finally, we're a few minutes over time. The most important resource of RootSource is a robust newsletter subscriber base. That subscriber base is the funnel of people who will benefit from our services. 1 second. I can't hear you yet. Now I can hear you. Ann, what do you have to say?
No, we're fine.
You're fine. Okay. What happened? Yeah. So if today we have about 11,000, 15,000, whatever people on our RootSource newsletter subscriber base. Only about 4,000 of those open the newsletter at all. I think about 10,000 of those people, or 6,000, whatever, it goes into their spam or into their promotions or into their I don't know what. And Gmail tries to get people to not get the newsletters that they want to get. That's the way life is. Anyway, I would like to, from those 15,000, we get about 4,000 that actually open every week. From those 4,000 that open, we get a few hundred click-throughs. From those click-throughs, what really do we do that we would like people to happen? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mute you, Ann. Okay.
Well, I'm sorry. Yes, please do.
Okay. So not only if we get 100,000 people, will we get more people actually benefiting from our services, watching our teachers, clicking through to our blog posts, things like that. But ultimately, many of those people will become donors also, because we are going to tell them about the events, the GovButter events that we do. And through those GovButter events, we'll get people to donate. And STEM, also through our teachers, this teacher widget, all sorts of things like this. The goal at this stage of the Christian Outreach Project is to hire or to retain a Christian Outreach director who I trust and who I like, in order to get to agreed upon attainable targets. This can be an expensive venture with return on investment and measurable success only happening after months and months, or maybe even years. So these are the 5 questions that I have that I'd like for people here to give comments to. Who should make the decisions of hiring or retaining these people? Just me, the board, the advisory board, a board subcommittee, anybody who wants to come on, I'd be happy to. What should the budget be for this project? What should the cost per acquisition be? That'll have to find out. It's not an answer, not a question that you guys will be able to answer, but chances are it'll be about $1 per person. That's already $50,000 right there. When should we start? You know, it's ready, aim, ready, aim, ready, aim. When are we going to actually fire? Hopefully by I've discovered, if I can show you here, today I discovered this with my assistant, that if we actually have $120,000 in December, this is all together how much money we have after we spent money on our expenses and brought in money from all sorts of places. We had 120 in December. We had 131 in March. We have 104 in June, but we have about 30,000 coming in July. So I think that we have approximately, let's be conservative, $80,000 that's just sitting there that we could spend $40,000 on a fundraiser project, because I have hundreds of people who have already given us money and hundreds of other people that potentially could already give us money. I'm not talking about people on our newsletter. I'm talking about people who I know personally that like the Root Source vision and mission. And we might be able to squeeze $10, $10,000 out of some of those people. And even if we get a no, that's a good answer for a start. But whatever. I need somebody to run with that ball and to direct it, because I'm too busy doing other stuff for me to do that on my own. So I'm thinking, if we already today dare to take these $180,000, which is way beneath what I'm using, and try to raise money with some of it, and try to bring more people in with some more of it. Again, if somebody will be my Christian outreach officer, and he'll give me a plan. Okay, how are we going to get to, now we have 15,000 subscribers. How are we going to get to another 15,000? Through Facebook marketing, through LinkedIn, through doing blog, whatever ideas they're going to have. They're going to come up with the ideas together with me, and we're going to actually do that. And I'll be happy to pay these people money, if it's going to be a retainer or if it's going to be full-time. Anyway, what's the question? Who should we retain? I see here Doherty, Schreibman, Infinity, and I'm really going to add here, who was that other guy? Just one second. What was his name? DA Development Group. Development Services Group. That's who he was. Let's see what his name was. DSG. That was the name of the group. One second. Let me see what I did. So I haven't been in touch with him for a while. And I don't seem to see it over here. I forget what his name is, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. So I'm going to add that on. So far, because I stopped using him because I thought that he said that he would be able to get me $10,000 within three months after paying him $3,000 a month. 4 months came by and he said, well, it's not happening so fast. But now I'm thinking, with $40,000, I'd be happy to spend $4,000 a month for a year, hoping that we'd be able to bring in $40,000. So I'm thinking of going back to him. We didn't part on the best of feelings, because I said, listen, I can't afford this anymore. And he said, well, you should have given me more time. But I said, whatever. But maybe I'll go back to him. We'll see. And how long to earmark for milestones which is something I'm going to discuss with the professional. How long do you think it'll take me to get to what? You think it'll take me 6 months to bring in 5,000 subscribers? Fine, whatever it is. Let's see what it is. Anyway, I really want to get started with that, so I wanted to share that with you. So anybody have any comments on that?
Regarding the first question, Gidon,
Yes.
I think ultimately since you're going to be working directly with this person or this group, I think ultimately it should be your decision.
Me too.
Yeah, I do think, and I would appreciate just getting the opportunity to put in some suggestions, thoughts. So when you have a candidate, throw this out and say, what do you think?
Great, I'll do that.
Yeah. And
Good idea.
chances are, for instance, with these who you've listed so far, the DSG, that's the only one I know about because of your past history. Chances are I personally will not know, but if there are any red flags, that's what I'm concerned. I want to make sure that these are people who, as you said, who you trust, who you like, and who will
Right.
do the best good for
Right.
Root Source.
Okay, thank you very much for that comment. Somebody else have something to say? Okay, I will work on this. I don't know if it's going to be next week or in 2 weeks or in a month, but I will, that's on my things to do list for sure. Whereas there was no further business, therefore resolved that only items.
Wait.
Oh, yes, Dave, sorry.
I've got some new business.
New business.
Yeah. All right. So I've been invited to the New Mexico Humanitarian Awards at the Jerusalem Community Center, the JCC, coming up in August. And there's some people that are being recognized. Skip Heitzig's wife is one of them. There's Jewish and Christian people that are being recognized.
What
Anyway,
do you call it? The Jerusalem what?
It's New Mexico Humanitarian Awards 2022 at the Jewish Community Center of Greater Albuquerque. It's
So it's not Jerusalem, it's the JCC of Albuquerque.
Yeah. So it's so anyway, so they're looking for people to put in their business cards or sponsor a back page or a middle page or for their program. So like a full back page is $2,000, a full page is $1,000, the inside back page is $1,500, and so on. A half page, $500. Anyway, so I'd pay for a Root Source advertisement for a full page inside the book for $1,000. If you can get someone to make it up and all the different things that you want, the website, how do you get to be part of the email, to get all the things, including the Institute of Midrashic Studies of the New Testament. But it needs to be in by July 15th.
Okay.
So it needs to be, and it needs to be 7.5 by 10 inches for a full page, full color. And I'll send you the specs of it. And it's going to be both Christians and Jews that are going to be,
because it's humanitarian.
Yes, it's going to be at this, and they have a dinner and a dessert dash and a lot of fundraising and things, and there's going to be programs. So I don't know if you're interested.
I'm wondering how liberal, where this organization and the people who are going to be there are going to be on the liberal conservative spectrum, and how much they might be interested in Root Source, but we'll try.
There's going to be both liberal and conservative. There's people that are, of course, Skip Heitzig's wife is going to be very conservative, and there's a pastor from Southern New Mexico, human rights chairman of Albuquerque Human Rights Board, diversity, race relations, things like that. So I think there's going to be a big spectrum. And if you want to, I think it would be a great way to get root sources and maybe the Institute's name in front of a bunch of Christians that would not necessarily see it. And I'll pay
Okay.
for the ad.
Thank you very, 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 very much. I will send me an email about that and we'll get to work on it.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so with your permission, let us go back to this is completed. There being no further business, the meeting was adjourned and present and affirmed. I'm going to do this for you all, starting with Revis. She was present.
Yeah.
And affirmed, and not 3:30, but 6:30, June 30th. Perfect. That was easy.
Or you could put 1:47.
What's 1:47?
Texas time.
Oh, forget that. Ann was also here. Al was also here. And Dave was also here.
Got it.
And I will get Shelley and Elon and Elisheva affirmed later.
Okay.
Thank you all very much, ladies and gents.
Thank you.
Get
Thank
down.
you.
Get down.
Okay,
A pleasure
take care.
seeing y'all.
Can you hear me?
Shalom, shalom. Copy leave strong wing.
Hey,
Bye-bye.
Don, Ann was calling you, trying to catch you.
Ann,
Yes. You
Yeah.
know, Gadon, I think I have a name of the perfect person. I don't think it would be long term, but he could, which would even benefit maybe even better because he's a expensive fellow, but he is in between things right now.
great.
And he knows who you are. I sent him your book. And what do you want me to do? Do you want me to?
Let's be
just
in
send
touch
him-
offline, off meeting and send me about him by email, okay?
Yeah, I'll do it. Okay.
So
All right.
Darabah. Thank you,
Okay.
Dave. Thank you, Ann. And once again, Mazal Tov to Revis on her son's wedding. Recent wedding.
Thank
And Al, you probably have some Mazel Tovs coming your way also, right?
Yeah, I could think of a few. Yeah.
Thank you for leading with the nation's ninth of Av. We're